As you can see, I cleaned out the van, blew it clean, cardboard's gone. Now I got a few random items that I thought you might be interested in seeing what they weigh, because weight is a huge consideration in building a van. And I'm making sure that this van is balanced front to back, side to side, wheel to wheel. It's got to be perfectly balanced. I made a simple diagram of the major components in the van and where I intend to place them. When doing the math, this helped me to visualize how to move and tweak the balance to get it just right. This stuff is rattle trap. Rattle trap is just what the name sounds like. We're going to put this on the wheel wells and we're going to put it on some of the hollow spots in the van body. It's a heavy, dense material that peels and sticks on. And it's going to take away all that echoey noise that's in a van. Let's see what this rattle trap weighs. 24.6 pounds. Rattle trap is 24.6 pounds. I may not use all of it. I may just use some of it. The Nature's Head composting toilet. Let's see what this does. 24 pounds. It is empty. All right, let's see how this works. Driving around in this van with nothing in it, I learned just how noisy those wheel wells are. That's why I decided to completely cover them with sound deadening material. This stuff I keep referring to as rattle trap is not actually the brand rattle trap. That has become a generic term, such as Kleenex. This stuff is Neuco, which in my research is spec'd and performs just as well as the actual rattle trap or Dynamat. And it's half the cost. The application of this product is pretty self-explanatory, without any unforeseen surprises. So I won't bore you with the step-by-step process. And luckily, this stuff is going to get covered. So, as well as it should look pretty, you don't have to worry about it too much. The one directive is to roll the convex diamond pattern embedded in the sheet until it's flat. This is necessary for proper adhesion. Other than that, just be as neat and precise as you can be. And don't waste any. So what I'm doing now, I've got some cut-offs from my rattle trap that I put on my wheel wells. You don't want to waste it. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting little pieces of it, putting it all around in the van where the factory neglected to put some of their own rattle trap. I'm not really worried about the weight of this stuff anymore since I measured it and I know that it's only about 16 pounds for the whole box. It's not a big deal. What I do before I stick it on, I just wipe it down with a tack cloth, gets off the dust, maybe some of the oil. And like I said, you don't have to go crazy with fitment. This is really, as you can see, the factory just puts on these little pads every once in a while, and that's all you need. See, put that on there, roll it on, and you've taken away the echo from that part of the van. As you can see, they put one here but not here. They got one here but not here. So they put them in sparingly. So I'm just going to finish out with what I have, be smart about where I place it, and we'll take it from there. And look at this, the very beautiful sink. You know, I like sinks. Sinks are very important to me. Look at this baby. That's a beauty. Let's see what this is. The sink is 19 pounds. That's nothing. 19 pounds, nothing. Wait till you see this thing. I got two of these. You know what these are? These are the swivel mechanisms for the captain's chairs up front. They're heavy. I have two of these. You don't think about this. 44 pounds each. thinsulate. This is the stuff that's going to keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. I got 2 rolls of this stuff, and I intend to do the entire van with it. The walls, the ceiling, and the floor. I'm building a frame grid work on the floor, and I'm going to fill it with thinsulate, the heavy mass vinyl. You'll see. This stuff, right now, 1 roll, 24 pounds. I got 2 rolls now. I might add to that. Now, the thinsulate was a bit of a bugger. In all those YouTube videos on how to install thinsulate, certain details were not mentioned. So, after rushing into measure, cut, and adhere, I could see the adhesive was going to be messy. So I got smart. I decided to formulate a better course of action. I knew that the van was symmetrical south of the sliding door. Many of the wall cavities are the same size. So I pre-cut the entire van, including the ceiling. Cutting the thinsulate was the big problem. It took me a few failed attempts before I settled on an acceptable procedure. Now, mind you, this procedure is not going into the final playbook. I will improve upon this in a more professional manner. Alright, here's how I started. Once I got my measurement, I'd use my razor blade to make a slit cut on either end of the thinsulate. This allowed me an easier time of hanging my straight edge along those cuts rather than a pencil line. I clamped my straight edge, which was one of my improvements, a refinement so to speak. And then with my blade, I'm just scoring through the top skin of the thinsulate. The top skin was easy. That wasn't the problem. It's that white fibrous stuff underneath. That white stuff would not cut. No matter what I did, I couldn't get through it. But I figured it out. Get my straight edge out of the way, and I bring in secret weapon number 1. I call these guys the Spacer Brothers. These guys are making a valley. 2 2x2s. I lay my thinsulate over, and I make sure my scored cut is over the gap between the 2 Spacer Brothers. Secret weapon number 2, June's Cuisinart electric knife. Thanksgiving is not the only time we need to use this thing. It made easy work, and it gave me a nice quick cut. I'm off to the races. Having the right tool for the job is one of my more important rules, and this task requires a professional tool. I will keep you apprised of all the new tools I pick up along the way. Here's one such tool that I didn't really need right now, but I couldn't wait to have. Another trick I picked up on was getting your thinsulate piece set in the bottom of the cavity and then spray the area and the insulation at the same time. It's more efficient. Having the piece already in position at the bottom is a great head start. This stuff doesn't allow you to reposition without ruining the piece. I'll go back around and fill in all the gaps with insulation as well. And last but not least, I've got 2 beautiful Max Air fans, deluxe with remote. Let's see what these babies are. 16.5 pounds each, 2 of them. That's nothing. I'm weighing it with the box because I'm going to have some ancillary frame members and mounting equipment to use with these fans. So that's where I'm at. So there you go. So that's everything I got. All right. You know what this is? This is the vinyl. This is the heavy vinyl. All right. The gauge that I bought is 1 pound per square foot. I could get 2 pounds per square foot, or I could get a half a pound a square foot, depending on the use. Now what I want to use this for is cover the entire floor with the heavy mass vinyl, okay? These are 4-foot rolls. Right now, I've actually got 3 of them. Cover the entire floor, and then my extruded aluminum framing goes on top of that. Then I do my insulation, my pipes, my electrical. But this baby, wait till you see this. Well, it's easy to do the math. If it's 1 pound per square foot, and I've got 4 feet by 25 feet, that's 100 pounds, all right? I'm running 3 rolls of this stuff in the van. That's 300 pounds of just this. So everything you've seen here is about 500 pounds that I'm adding to the van, and 300 of that is this heavy mass vinyl, which is my brainstorm out of my little pea brain. Everything else is pretty much what anybody else would put in a van. Now, this stuff is going on the floor, and it's going up half the wall, just to the bottom of the windows. I was going to put some of this on the ceiling. This is too heavy. I'm not putting this up on the ceiling, and I'm going to show you how this all gets installed and de-installed, if you like, at a later date. I'm going to go get some of the lighter stuff for the ceiling, but going up the walls and on the floor, this stuff is going to keep you quiet. It's going to keep you warm. It's a major thermal break for the floor of the van. And everything I mount in the van will be mounted through this heavy vinyl. So I've got a thermal break everywhere. The other thing is I'm going to cut this into strips, and it's going to act in my shower bathroom curtain. So you've got a nice quiet curtain wall when you need to do your business. That's where we're at. I think I got a hernia. I'm not kidding.
Thanks for subscribing. Oh, you haven't yet? Just click below.